Hey folks, this is Rich Sadler with Caribbean Marketing Director and TripAdvisor Genius. What we're going to do in this short video series is show you exactly how to remove a fake negative review on TripAdvisor. Obviously, if it's a legitimate review, it's going to be a lot tougher, and in fact, at that point, you just need to possibly just do a management response to the review and move on and learn something from it, and maybe increase your services or the way that you deliver products and services, that kind of thing. But if it's a fake or negative review, perhaps maybe added on and posted by a competitor, there are certain mechanisms within the platform of TripAdvisor that allow you to have that removed. Again, you need to just make sure that it is a fake or negative review if you move forward with these instructions, and then there are ways to get it off. We're going to give you an example, in fact, a live example. So let's get started on this little series here. So we had a client come to us because he had received a bad review. We actually got notified from TripAdvisor as well into a different account. We did, after some research, determine it was an erroneous review. It was, in fact, fake and fraudulent, in fact, likely posted by a competitor. So we instantly, obviously, it negatively affected the client's hard-earned reputation. He's been in business for 41 years, did not deserve for something like this to happen. He's extraordinarily reputable, and it was quite disconcerting that this took place. So we got busy. We got busy and made this a massive priority, of course. It was for the client, so it needed to be for us as well. So we put it on top priority. What we did first is we, here's the review, by the way. This is the offending review. As you can see here, we've redacted some of the info to keep even though the client allowed us to share his information, he was perfectly fine with it. I just felt it was best not to share it. So we redacted a little bit. But as you can see, it's a pretty bad review. It's accusing the client of selling something and then switching it out later and then selling it back, that kind of thing. It was not a good review and certainly not deserved. By the way, I found it interesting, too, that whenever a negative review gets posted on a TripAdvisor profile, the help, is this review helpful button, often gets clicked a lot more than positive reviews. Just a human interest, but I've always found that fascinating. So we needed to get busy on getting this review removed, and here's how we did it. We first started by going to the reports and the guides that were within the TripAdvisor platform and reviewed those to make sure that we were on target of everything we're going to do. There's a lot of great information in the help and the management area of TripAdvisor, so we highly recommend you going and taking a look at all that and reviewing those things, getting to know them, those guides and those reports very well before you take forward action. Of course, you can find those on our website, all categorized as well, but you can find them on TripAdvisor also. You just got to dig a little bit for them there. If you go to our website, you can find all these guides available to you. That, of course, is TripAdvisorGenius.com. That's TripAdvisorGenius.com. So what we did is we got busy with these reports and make sure we're still on target. And the most updated guides. So the first one, of course, is the TripAdvisor guidelines for travel reviews, then what is considered fraud report that they put together, the getting negative reviews removed guidelines, because obviously you want to make sure that you're on target with that and you're doing it properly and within the rules and the TOS, the terms of service of TripAdvisor. So then we went over, of course, the review, report of review that violates TripAdvisor guidelines to see if this actual this review actually did in fact violate the rules, and we found it did. And then report that a guest threatened me with a bad review. This has to do with the TripAdvisor's blackmail guidelines and policies. Did you know if someone comes into your establishment, your shop, your store, and threatens you, stating that, hey, you better give me a free this or a free that, or I'll give you a bad review on TripAdvisor, did you know that there's a mechanism with which to deal with that? There sure is. It's their blackmail policies. And then, of course, we reviewed the guidelines for private messages because we do anticipate sending the message to the reviewer themselves just in case it was legitimate. So here's an example of several of those reports that we have available on the website that you can go over. There's the guidelines for private messages. There's the getting negative reviews removed guidelines. These are all from the TripAdvisor support team. Report a review that violates TripAdvisor guidelines. The report a guest threatened me with a bad review. That's the blackmail part. And then there's the TripAdvisor guidelines for travel reviews. Highly recommend you take a look at those. In the next video, we'll get started on exactly what we did step by step to resolve this.